Welcome back. In our top business story, Dubai International Capital, the private equity company under the umbrella of Dubai Holding, has sold hotel operator Ishraq Dubai to the Al Mullah Group. The government-owned DIC did not disclose a value for the deal. Ishraq Dubai owns 4 hotels in Dubai operating under the Holiday Inn Express franchise. The Al Mullah Group already has a portfolio of major hotels in the Emirate, for instance, the Ritz-Carlton Dubai. The trade relations between the UAE and India are strong, as India is the top trade partner to the UAE, according to the Dubai Customs. The trade between the two nations jumped 50% in the first 5 months of the year, valued at over 87 billion dirhams, compared to only 58 billion in the same period last year. Imports from India into Dubai had the biggest share, with a value of 41.3 billion dirhams, whereas exports stood at 16 billion and re-exports at 30 billion dirhams. Abu Dhabi National Energy Company, also known as TAQA, plans to tap the Malaysian Islamic bond market with a 3.5 billion ringgit sukuk, that is $1.1 billion, the company said in a board statement today. Once appropriate regulatory approval is received, the program will allow TAQA to issue the bond quickly if and when market conditions are optimal, it read. This comes as TAQA, like many other Gulf companies, aims to diversify its funding sources away from dollar financing and wants to take advantage of the huge Islamic investor base which Malaysia provides. In August, Kuwait's Gulf Investment Corporation issued a 750 million ringgit sukuk, and also National Bank of Abu Dhabi and Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank have both issued in ringgit. Dubai Stock Index saw the lowest close in almost 7 months today. Among the losers, Emaar Properties with a minus of 0.4%. The developer is said to use 4 of its shopping malls, including the Dubai Mall, as collateral for an $800 million loan, banking sources told Reuters. With that, let's now look at the UAE as well as the Gulf markets. Our world business news. Bank of America is the latest bank planning to tack on fees to debit card transactions and checking accounts, as new legislation aimed at capping bank charges creates revenue gaps for U.S. banks. The bank is looking to charge a $5 monthly fee to those customers who use their debit cards to make purchases. Many banks are scrambling for new sources of revenue, as the Dodd-Frank Act, a consumer protection act, goes into effect this month. It was signed into law in July last year to improve accountability and transparency in the U.S. financial system, but also to protect consumers from abusive financial services practices.
It limits the amount of money banks can charge merchants every time a consumer swipes their debit card. And while this is going to result in significant savings to retailers, the big revenue gap is something that banks are looking to consumers to fill. So that's why you're starting to see fewer free checking accounts, more debit card fees, and we're going to see more of this in the months.
Prices on many grocery products went up in Denmark on Saturday as the European country became the first nation in the world to target fatty foods with the so-called fat tax. It was designed to reduce the population's cravings for fatty foods by targeting products with more than 2.3% saturated fats. Danish consumers must now pay $2.87 more per kilo of saturated fats in a product. Other products hit by the new tax include butter, which has become over 17% more expensive, or cheese, milk, crisps, and pizza. In Denmark, less than 10% of the population is considered obese. With that, the nation rates below the European standard. Only recently, Hungary imposed a chips tax levied on food products and drinks that contain salt or sugar in excessive quantities. Silk production in India's southern Tamil Nadu state registered an increase of around 80% due to the use of high-standard technology in the rearing of silkworms and manufacturing processes, resulting in higher wages for the workers. Sericulture, an agro-industry that combines both agriculture and industry, is contributing in a big way in generating employment opportunities to locals in the nearby areas. Presently, there are over 100 silkworm farms operating in the district, which employ more than 1,000 people. With the increase in business, the farm owners now earn up to $612 per month. Before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets, and after that we have the day's sports news for you.